Welcome to our 2022 Lacrosse 3375 FE. Starting right in your back bumper here, just reach in, pull that cap out of there. Inside of the bumper, you're going to find your sewer hose. Take note of those two ears and the adapter here. It's how they're hooking it up to your sewer system. And the hose itself, when it's fully extended, is about 20 feet long. Just keep it stored in the bumper back here to help keep any sort of stench out of the unit, keep things a bit fresher, and the cap's just press into place. Right up top here, you get your power inlet. So as you pop it open, you're going to find a little metal tab in the bottom corner there. Lines up with this tab here. Press them in together, little eighth turn will lock it down, and you get the threaded collar in the back there to make sure it don't go anywhere. Following the cord back, you're going to find a standard 50 amp end. Some campsites will have that, some won't, so we do provide you with this adapter here as well, so you can go from the 50 down to the 30. Most campsites do have that, just plug straight in, good to go. We do also provide you with a 15 amp adapter, so you can take that 30 down to a 15. So if you're looking to plug into a standard household outlet, you got the power to do so. Kind of right up from there, you're gonna find your sewer outlet connection. So just this cap here, you kind of press on that and give it a turn. You can pop it on out of there. You see it's got the same ears on it that your sewer hose had. It'll attach the same way. You're pressing it in, giving it that turn until it's locked in. Right up above it is your black valve, as well as a gray valve. Gray valve's controlling your gray tank. Gray tank is filled from your sinks as well as your shower. So typically cleaner water, we like to dump that last. Black tank is filled from your toilets. It's of course gonna be your dirtiest water. We'll dump that first. And the little slide out here is a little storage compartment. As you open it up, magnetic latch, you can see it's just wide open. We got these overrides here. So this one right here is going to be for your stabilizer jacks. I'll kind of show you that towards the front. You do have one in the back there as well as this one for your tongue jack up front. This here is just the exhaust for your furnace. If you're ever running a furnace, you just want to make sure it's not blocked off. It does get hot. Right beside it's your hot water tank. Just line up that keyway and you can pop it on open. All your controls for turning it on are just inside the unit. Before turning it on though, we just want to hit this relief valve there. Make sure that you're getting some water out. If you're not getting any water out, there's a chance that it's empty and you do run the risk of burning out your elements. So you just want to make sure it's full before you fire it up. Locking it with the keyway once you're done. Towards the front, marked by those stickers, you get your low point drains as well as your freshwater drains. The freshwater is going to be in the front here. You can see that's open and drained out. Two water lines right behind it are your low point drains. You open those up, allows the water lines to drain themselves out. Compartment right here, the magnetic latch. You can see in here you got your water hose. Inside of that water hose, you're going to find that park adapter. So your 30 amp cord into there, 15 to a standard outlet. If you're looking to winterize the unit yourself when it comes times, your water pump is just right there, and you do have a winterized kit installed already. Right beside it is all of your water inlets. So right up top, you get a little service light there. Solar panel plug-ins right beside it. Just plug in a Furion solar panel into there, charges your battery. Cable and satellite on the right side here. So satellite on top and cable on the bottom. Coax cable plugs into the respective ports, fires up your TV location. Black tank flush right down on the bottom. You may notice over time after having gone and dumped your black tank, your monitor panel is still reading 1/3 or 2/3, whatever it may be. Typically it's just some debris inside of the tank hanging between the probes. So what you'll do is just take your water hose and plug it into there. Open up that black valve, turn on the water, and that'll just flush out that tank, getting rid of any sort of debris. City water connections up top on the right here. So your water hose will plug into there, turn on the water, and that'll pressurize the water lines throughout the unit. Fresh water inlet right beside it. So you're gonna get your water hose will plug into there, turn on the water, and that'll fill up your fresh water tank. You know that tank is full once it starts spitting water out of that vent here. Battery disconnect in the bottom left. So you can see we've currently got that on. Turn that off just like that. Then the shower connection here, you get this hose, you get two little ears on that adapter there, just plugs in. Give it a little eighth turn, that'll lock it into place. Then you get your hot and cold water. And then for running all of your water lines, the coax cables, whatever, you got that little plug in the bottom there, so you can still keep the compartment closed. This little black box here is your battery box. The battery's housed inside of there, so as long as you're plugged in through the short cord in the back or your 7-pin to tow vehicle, that battery is charging for you. There's two knobs here. If you loosen them off and push them back, you get access to your propane tanks. For the video, I'll just close it up and off. We can show you that changeover in the front there. So it's currently red, letting us know we've got no propane in the system. So as you open up this tank, you'll see it go green. Right, if it were to go red while you got that tank open, that tank's now empty. You'll just take this changeover, flip it over to the other side, run off of that tank while you get the other one filled. In front's your power tongue jack. It's the light switch on the left. Up is down, down is up. Storage compartment here. So this here is your stabilizer jack. Press and hold extend it and makes it throw down. So once it's fully extended and kind of stabilizing the unit, you'll kind of hear the whine on the motor. So once you hear that, you'll stop. If you're to continue trying to extend, it is going to just strip the gear pack out of that motor, which of course you don't want to be doing. And as you saw, they just kind of equalize. They don't really level the trailer, they just stabilize it. And for that manual override that we showed you in the back, if you were to go right to the other side of that stabilizer, there's a little connection for it. You just attach right onto there, and you can run them up or down if your batteries were to die. Got a leash latch here, so if you got the dog out with it, you can tie him down. Bottle opener there. This here is the little TV mount, so it would just slide into that V channel. Then you get power outlet for it, as well as a cable and satellite outlet for it. And then of course your outside speakers there as well. Right to the back of the unit, right in the back bumper here is the switch for your rear stabilizer jack. And you get your spare tire here. And straight up top you'll find a pre-wired mount for a rear view or observation camera. And I'll make our way inside of the unit. Just pop this assist handle up 90 degrees and it falls into place. Then you can open up your door. If you've got the door wide open, it does overlap this front slide, so you just want to make sure if you're running that slide in or out that your door's at about 90 degrees or so. Otherwise, just pull the slider over and then your steps will come out. These sliders here, if you're to pull those out, you can extend or retract your legs just based on your campsite needs. And as we come inside, first things first, right on the left there, you get your fire extinguisher. That's standard, pull the pin, point, and shoot. Straight up the wall from there, you get this light switch, does your bedroom. The slide out switch right above it does your bedroom slides. Press and hold out, that slide will make its way out. Once that slide's fully extended, it's just going to kind of stop in place. Simple as that. So straight above our heads, we've got a motion sensing light here. You do have them throughout the compartments outside. They're kind of a bit difficult to see though, so I just didn't point them out. If you go to the left there, you get a 1, so that's just on. If you go to the right there, it's a 2. That's a dual function. At that point, it's going to be using that motion sensor, so it'll turn itself on and off automatically just based on motion sensing. All right behind us, we got the rest of your light switches. The one on the left here is going to do all of your living room lights. The one kind of center left there is your awning light right outside. Center right, or that one does your front awning. The one on the right here does your pendant light. Center right, you get that, I believe it's a front accent light across the front of the unit. And on the right side is your speaker lights. Thermostat's kind of right, or sorry, I guess we'll go through your side outs. Those are there too. We'll press and hold out. The slides make their way out. So these slides are a bit different from the one in the back. Once they're fully extended, you're just gonna hear the motors click for a little bit. Once you hear that, you just flip the button and go. Like that. Same thing for this slide here. So one of your awnings is on that slide that's moving right now. So because of space limitations, we're not going to be able to open that awning. But the two awnings do work the exact same. So we'll open the one in the middle, which I believe is on this one here. So once that awning's fully extended, you're going to see a little black flap come down as well as the black metal tube. Once you see that, you're going to stop. If you're to continue extending, it can actually wind itself up backwards, in which case your fabric will be underneath your tube, allowing it to then hold water, accelerating the growth of mold and mildew. So there's our flap, and there's the tube, so we'll stop right there. Now if it were to start raining, it's of course going to hold some water anyways. So what you can do is grab either arm, front, or rear. You're just going to pull straight down on it, and you can see that changes the pitch of the awning out to the head, allowing water to then run off. And if you like that angle better because it does give you more shade, you can do the same thing with the arm up front. Before you bring them back in though, you just want to make sure these arms are back out straight and fully extended, just so you're not running the risk of bending. And just a quick look at your front awning there. Once you're done, just pressing and holding in, the awning will make its way back in. Again, you're just going to watch to make sure that your fabric's over top of the tube. The last thing you want to keep in mind with your awning is it does catch a lot of wind. Once you get up to about 15-20 kilometers an hour wind, you want to bring it back in. Again, just so you're not running the risk of bending your arms. Straight down from there, we get your thermostat. Press and hold the power button, that'll turn it on. Power button's also your mode button, so you can see right now we're firing it up into cool. You can select fan at any point, select your fan speed, auto, high, or low. Right. Temp selection just with your arrows there. So with your air conditioner going, you got two different options. You can have this louver here closed, in which case we'll be using all of our ceiling ducting to move the air, or you can just open it up and it dumps all of its air into the living room here. So when you first get out to your campsite, you want that open, cool off this area as quickly as possible, then close it off and start moving the air throughout. After cool, if we hit mode, it'll come down into heat, turn off the air conditioner, turn on your furnace. The furnace is moving its air through portals and floor registers. Again, temp selection is just with your arrows there. There's no fan control over your furnace, it's just kind of on is on. After heat, you hit that mode button again, it'll come down into fan, just runs the air conditioning fan. You can select your high or low and it just moves some air around. Come down into dry and it'll run the low fan with the compressor and just trying to get rid of any sort of humidity. Try and dry out the unit. Mode again after that, comes back up into cool. Press and hold to turn it off. Down again from there and we get your power converter. So you're gonna press the top and center, and it'll pop on open. All of your breakers on the bottom here. Whenever a breaker breaks, it sits in the middle. So just turn it off and then back on to reset it. All of your fuses are on top. Whenever a fuse pops, you'll get a little red LED right beside it, letting you know exactly which one went. There's a little light underneath here as well. And then right up in this storage compartment, you're gonna find that binder. That binder's got all of your owner's manuals in it, any remotes, anything like that for the unit, you're gonna find right in there. Straight above our heads is your smoke detector. Kind of off beside it, you'll see a pre-wired mount for Wi-Fi. So if you're to choose to go that route, it's kind of where it's getting mounted. In the island here, you get your hot and cold water with the mobile head, and you kind of shower function there as well. The flip up stove cover, and there is some storage underneath here as well as on the far side. For the kitchen, you have your storage right up top here. The oven is electric, so you can have it here on kind of like, I believe that's defrost mode, I could be wrong. Down here is your convection cooking, so you get your heat element as well as the fan, or you can go to just cook, so just have the element on top going, or you can have just the light on. Select your temperature over on the side here. Just give you a look at the space there. Return air for your furnace down below, so you just kind of want to make sure that's not blocked off. It just kind of vents out for it. LP detector's right beside it. Propane's heavier than air. It sits on the floor. That guy detects it and starts going off just like a smoke detector would. The fridge is 12 volt, so as long as your batteries are charged or charging, this guy's going for you. All your controls are on the top, and your freezer down underneath. Microwave here, pretty standard, just like home. You can also get the vent in it, right, high and low, and you also get a little light. For the stovetop, a bit finicky, you got to turn it over to that little light there, and then you got to press and hold it for a little while. If you let go too soon, it will just die out on you. I find it's worse with that center burner than the outside burners. Some more storage down underneath, as well as beside. Again, another little light, just an outlet underneath there. So this guy right here is a little handheld. It's gonna go in your truck. It's got communications with the TPMS sensors in the trailer, so it just kind of lets you know where your tire pressures are at. More just open storage. Kind of lounge area here, so you get the little light up top. Flip up center storage there. The cup holders have little lights inside of them, as well as the USB outlets in the front. Little pull tabs right in the centers to kick the feet out. Across the front, you get all your storage. A little light up here as well. And again, just storage on either side. Blinds throughout the unit are just like this guy here. Just kind of flip them up, you sit wherever you leave them. Antenna outlet on the left. Turning that antenna on, you just hit that button there, you get that little green light. It will also help clear up your stereo signal, your cable and satellite outlet beside it. Power outlet, the stereo itself here, pretty straightforward. You get that power button there to turn it on. Zone 1 is the sound bar itself. Zone 2 is your outside set of speakers. Select to get through all your settings, mode to get through all your inputs. Fireplace down below it, power button on the right there turns it on. Center right, you have your kind of bottom illumination color. In the center, you have your fan speeds, you get low and high. Then you can select your temperature there. All just reads out in the bottom right. And there's also a little timer there. Once you're done, power button there just turns it off. Storage onto this side here does give you access to that front storage compartment that you had outside. And then this switch right here is for your TV. Press and hold up and that TV will make its way up. Once it's up all the way, it just kind of stops in place. Simple as that. Once you're done, just hold them down. And of course you want it in the down position whenever you're traveling. Into this slide out here, your lights are just on their own push buttons. This couch here does fold out. Take your 2 bottom cushions, throw them off to the side. Grab the handle front and center, pull it up and out. Flip the foot over. There's your bed. Once you're done, flip it back up again. And up and in. In the cushions, just lay it back on top. Dinettes here, you do have all the travel straps that were just in that drawer there that would strap down the chairs for you whenever you're traveling. The light, push button side there. Now into the bedroom. You have your closet space here on both sides. Cable and satellite outlets as well as your power outlets there and a USB outlet. Fireplace here, exact same as the one up front. And then all the drawer space here as well. If you pick up the foot of your bed, you do get access to your storage compartment. And right up in the bed, you do get the little reading light there. In the bathroom, your lights in here are all of the motion sensing lights. The switch right here is for your hot water tank. That's on gas. You have the little flame in the bottom corner there just indicating that. Turn on that little switch there, get that. It'll fire up. If that red light were to turn on, it's just letting you know it hasn't fired up. At that point, just off, back on to reset it. Turning it on with electricity on the left side. Monitoring panel below it. Water pumps in the bottom corner there. You turn that switch on, turns on your water pump, drawing it over your fresh tank to pressurize your lines. Battery, you can see we're currently C for charging. G would be good, F is fair, L is low. Your fresh tank, as you fill that up, will go to 1/3, 2/3 and full. Same idea for your black, your gray 1, and your gray 2. G fire protected outlet in the back. Just on the left, reset in the center. His and her sinks. Storage underneath them. Just being mindful of your drains and your water lines. Your toilet there just flips on up. You get your flusher on the right side. And then in the shower, hot and cold water, of course, you get the stainless head and hose. And yeah, travel latch on the left side. And your pre-plumbed, pre-wired for washer and dryer. Same motion sensing light up there. Simple as that. So that's about it for this unit. So if you've got any other questions on it, please feel free to give us a call, 204-237-7272.